gets one swarm off. Let's see if it gets a second one. It gets a second one, but it's pretty much in the same spot. And the Zerglings are going to get in here, and they're going to do a ton of damage. They're going to stop this attack, at least completely stop the attack. There's nothing that Flash is going to be able to do to continue this attack for at least a little while. And another Defiler is there at the bottom. It goes down another swarm, and more Marines are going down. More Lurkers being burrowed. The Defiler, one of the Defilers did get irradiated. I don't know if that was one or both of them, but or if that was the only Defiler, I should say. But yeah, and 2 store parts are up for Flash, but now they're producing anything. So no more dropships or side vessels being produced at the moment. He might just be waiting for resources, but yeah, nothing being produced from the star parts. And Effort throwing down a hatchery at the 12 o'clock position at that base. But it's scouted out by Flash, and Flash looks like he's sending a bunch of Marines up there to take care of it. And yeah, those Marines are being kind of stupid, and if they're too stupid, that might actually ruin his chance to take this down. If they're too dumb, he needs to actually use them. And Medic Marine Force, along with Cyvals, is trying to track down these Lurkers and take them down. But a Defiler's there. It's going to throw down a swarm somewhere. Throw down a swarm before you die, Defiler. Go, Defiler, go. And the other Defiler got swarmed as well, got irradiated. It needs to throw down another swarm before it's dead. Use it to its max effect. There it is. There's the second swarm. So it'll keep some of these Zerglings alive a little longer and provide a place for the Lurkers to burrow. And that's exactly what's happening here. He's going to go for a Lurkers on both sides, see how this works. But on the other side, there aren't any Defilers, so those Lurkers are going to go down pretty well. And Flash, I'm sure, has great splits, and it did look like that there, so he didn't struggle too much against those Lurkers. And a third command center is being built there on the ridge to the right, and then it's going to get floated to the top right base there. And these Overlords are getting some pretty good scouting in on Flash's main, but they're not full of units. He's had Overlords there for so long, he might as well just fill them up with some units and send them in. Some Scourge coming here, and they're going to get at least one. Oh no, they split. One Scourge hit each hit a different science vessel. That's unfortunate. So they did not take down any science vessels. There's definitely an opportunity there for him to take down one. If he had more Scourge, he could have taken down all 3, because Flash was not ready there at all. And Ever's moving across the bottom of the map, and it looks like he might also be setting up for a base at the top left. The one at the 12 o'clock position was either cancelled or destroyed, but it does look like he's setting up in the top left. It also looks like there's a blob in the middle. I hope he's not trying to set up a hatchery there. That would be pretty funny, though. And probably ill-advised at this point. I don't think he has enough of an advantage to try and do something that crazy quite yet. Some Firebats also out now for Flash, but it does look like Effort is a little bit crazy. He's going for that middle hatchery. He's going for that double expansion, which would be ridiculous if he can hold it. He does have Flash more or less pinned towards this corner, but that is definitely a risky spot to put it. But he's going to be depending upon these Defiler plays and these Lurkers, and he thinks that he can hold this off, but he might actually be right. He's doing a really good job so far, as long as he can keep his Defilers around, and he needs to get some Scourge out and get these side vessels. I don't think that he's gotten enough Scourge out recently. He got the Scourge out to take care of the Valkyries, but not to take care of these side vessels. And a Lurker has been positioned in the top right, so that way that command center cannot drop, and it's picking off SCVs as they come. Flash probably doesn't see this or something. He just missed it completely. Yeah, now he sees it. Now he knows what's going on, and he's very unhappy about it, I'm sure. The side vessels come up, and now there's a pretty big side vessel cloud. Yeah, Effort really needs to get some Scourge out, because there are 7 side vessels, I believe, out right now. That is a ton of side vessels. There goes one of them went down, and a swarm going down there by that Defiler, and that Defiler is going to get irradiated, but it gets both swarms down, so these bunkers are going to go down. All the units inside of the bunkers are probably going to go down, and that Defiler is still barely alive. It's going to get another swarm, so there's 3 swarms now in the natural of Flash, and that is a really bad spot for him, because if he has some Lurkers, he can just throw some Lurkers down there and completely stop mining. And yeah, he does have Lurkers in there, and they're killing everything under there. They're going to take down this refinery. They're probably going to take down that supply depot. That's a lot of damage to Flash, and he still has not got his third base up and running there at the top right either. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like Effort is throwing down that base at the 12 o'clock position, not going for the top left, and he also has that double expansion. Just finished the hatchery. He hasn't started biting yet, hasn't started getting the gas or anything yet. But once he does, that'll be a lot of damage. The top right base finally going down for Flash. It was finally allowed to land. And now the Scourge coming in here trying to take care of a side vessel. I think he got 1 side vessel. All those Scourge, I think they got 1 side vessel. But yeah, I think Effort definitely has a huge advantage right now. And he's sending them some more Lurkers here at the top, and they're taking down a lot of Marines, but all those Zerglings go down. There's still a couple of Lurkers left, but they did kill some Marines, which is definitely good. And they're completely stopping mining here at the natural. Still no mining. That is so bad for Flash. And Effort moving into the top with more Lurkers and some Lings, and the Lurkers all go down, so the Lings will go down soon afterwards. Yeah, those are adrenal upgraded. Ultra's Cavern has been completed there. And what is going on? Effort throwing down a base now at the 6 o'clock position. That 12 o'clock position or whatever has been... I keep feeling like there's been a hatchery there and then it disappears. It keeps going there, it disappears, but I'm not really seeing Flash destroy it. I don't know what's going on with that. that spot there. First Ultras are out. We saw Effort's first person view there for a second there. And yeah, the top left base is going up as well. And Flash sees this. Flash knows that's there. And because he had an SCV pretty much waiting to see when that came up. But he doesn't really have the force that. I don't know if he has the forces to move out against these Defiler and this ult, especially once the Ultras really get into play. There's 5 Ultras there right now. And those are going to do so much damage if you can get a lot of those out. Ultra Ling is pretty badass. I love Ultra Ling, especially with the Defiler play. So, yeah, we could be seeing Flash in here for World of Hurt. He's still at about 3, he's still technically at 3 bases, but really it's been about 2.5 because that 3rd base was stopped for a long time. The natural wasn't mining for a long time. And the Ultras are upgraded. They do have the speed upgrade, and they have the armor upgrade too. They're only missing 1 upgrade, and that's 1 attack upgrade. But they're still gonna mow through everything. Every single Ultra is irradiated right now. Holy crap! That's why you don't want Side Vessel Clouds, because they irradiate everything. This entire medic Marine Force goes down, but it doesn't matter. Even though he has a Side Vessel Cloud, he just doesn't have the economy to fight off Effort. And Flash GG'd there, and Effort's gonna take this down for CJ Entus, and Flash, who's pretty much all of KTF, is unable to take the ace match. And CJ Entus will get a win here, 3-2. Great play by Effort. Some really good Defiler play. He allowed the Side Vessel Swarm to happen, the Side Vessel Cloud to be there, but it just wasn't enough for Flash to fend off. And Flash was never really able to push out of his base and do a lot of damage. He kept getting pushed back by the early Defiler round. And I do like that Effort went for that earlier Defiler round than normal. Usually you see player stays on Lurkerling a little longer, but he went straight for that Defiler mound, and I loved it. I absolutely love that strategy. And CJ Entus takes us down 3-2. Good games by Effort. Effort getting 2 wins for CJ Entus.